My task is to show you the biblical foundations or the biblical frame for sex. And tomorrow morning, I'm going to give you the biological frame for sex. Because the author of the Bible is the Lord, and the author of the body is the Lord. So, if it's the same author, they should say the same thing unless we're not interpreting the Bible correctly, or we're not interpreting the body correctly with bad science. And there's been a lot of bad science that's been going around. So we always have to be alert, aware. The Hawaiian word is maka'ala. Maka eyes, Allah awake. We need to be awake. So what I'm going to do is give you the biblical frame right now. And it comes especially from Genesis chapter 1 and 2, which is complete BS. Genesis chapter 1 is BS. But not that kind of BS that you're talking about. It is before sin. It's before sin, which makes it, I heard somebody over here, the best strategy. I like that. So in other words, this is God's original design for sex. From Genesis 3 all the way to Revelation 20, we have tarnished, tainted versions of sex all throughout the Bible. I mean, you think of it, it's in the Bible. All the tainted kind. We need to read our Bibles to see, and none of the tainted ones are spoken of positively. And the fruit of it is terrible. For the person, for the marriage, for the family, for generations, and for a nation. Phil kind of hinted at it. God's ways will lead to a fruitful, productive nation that's vibrant. But the enemy's ways, sowing seeds with sex outside of God's natural design, is going to reap devastation, destruction of individual marriages, families, generations, and leading to weak nations. And we don't need to say that's theory. We can look at the world today. It's just plain and simple. So we need to go back to Genesis 1 to 2 to understand what God was thinking in the first place. At the BS, the before sin, which becomes the best strategy. And so we need to remember that sex was God's idea. How come we in the church have handed sex over to Hollywood, to politics, to TikTok, when we should be the ones talking about it the most because it was our God that designed it? Why are we silent? We should be the biggest mouthpieces because it's so beautiful. And the way the world has talked about it is so not beautiful, even disgusting. So it all begins with God. Father, Jesus the Son, and the Holy Spirit.